Yo, what's up guys? It's Wesley here, back with another Roblox trading video. And today, we're going to be diving into Rolimons charts of 11 traders from our Trade Circle Discord. These are all real, active members of the server who have sent in their statistics, including some reviews of some traders that me and Prince Legacy thought were good. And that's actually because this video was all written and scripted by Prince Legacy. He did all of the research for this and did all of the reviews. And you can trust him because he's made over 10 million Robux worth of profit from trading. I also went to him because I know he's brutally honest and will give you guys the best advice possible. In this video, we'll be analyzing value, inventory, and chart performance. Please do keep in mind that this video was recorded a while back, so not everything may be up to date. Let's get into it. Coming up first is Tio. He's both a Rolimons moderator and a moderator in our server, so let's see how his graph is. If I'm being completely honest, Tio, your chart is very slow, like snail on glue slow. You've made 400k value recently, but it still feels underwhelming considering how long you've been in the game. You're constantly upgraded, down to 19 limiteds now, which screams discomfort handling a diverse inventory. You hold items way too long and keep some items NFT for sentimental reasons, like Miss Scarlet and PPP. That's profit just sitting there doing nothing. You also rely too much on proofs. They help, but they don't really show the full picture of trades. Here's some tips I would give. Just downgrade more often, stop giving average for items, trade faster, use all of your items and all your value, and stop holding dead weight for looks. I really just think that considering you've been in the game since November 16th, 2019, your value is only 1.1 million, your overall Rolimons chart is punished. And for that, I'm giving this a 4 out of 10 stars. Next is Polarizer. He started January 16th of 2023, and he currently has 24.6k value. Now, what I would say is that you're holding a 10k wrap item you refuse to trade just because it looks good. That's taking half of your net worth for no real reason. It's just wasting complete potential considering 10k took me all the way to 1.8 million in only 13 months. Imagine what that could do for you in the time that you've been trading since January 16th, 2023. Your chart shows tiny profits here and there, but it screams passiveness and average trades. You're way too upgraded with barely any flexibility. 100% tips I'd give would be to trade off that 10k limited, downgrade more for more opportunities with trade hold, and stop trading for looks. Definitely break out of your comfort zone here. Overall, I'm giving this a 2 out of 10 stars. Here we have my GOAT Spreads. At the time of recording this, he had 400k. His activity is a little erratic because he's been up and down, but I mean, to be fair, bro, you've had some progress. It's all dragged down by poor time efficiency. For example, you hold items for months without activity, and when you do trade, it's random upgrades or risky prod flips. It feels like you're barely utilizing your inventory. You could be at 600k if you were more consistent. I feel like he actually is pretty consistent though. In the past 6 months, you've made 50k from 100k value. Now imagine what you're gonna do with this 400k. Let's keep grinding. Overall, I'd give this a 3 out of 10 stars. You definitely need to stay more consistent. I feel like he actually is pretty consistent though. Avoid risky holds that don't pay off and focus more on steady growth. Next, I have Guest, aka Jamal. Now Jamal is a delegate in Trade Circle and he's a big influence on me and the community, and he's always been here. However, I will not be giving any bias towards him because there are a lot of things he could be improving. At the time of recording this, his value is 210k. My comments would be that you're simply consistent and above average. You make no major mistakes, but no major breakthroughs. You have a tendency to stay upgraded and don't rotate your items too much, and your trades are close to equal, so profit's low. However, I think that the fact that you're consistent does actually add up. I think if we went back to the time where you were more comfortable with going up and down and inflating and deflating in the amount of items you own, you'd be way more consistent in your growth, the same way you were back when you actually did. As you can see, since you started flatlining, even with some trades, you've gone up, but you haven't gone up like you usually would. So just keep going up and down, and you got this, bro. I'd give this a 6 out of 10 stars. My tips be to downgrade more, seek better demand, and start flipping for quality and not quantity. Next, we have Chloe. Now, she started trading June 2022 with a 115k start. Currently, she has 502k value with 89 limited. In my opinion, this is pretty mid, but there is some promise. You've recently made 135k, and although overall progress has been moderate, I do see a promising future as long as you continue in the path that you're on. I'd give this a 5 out of 10 stars. My tips would be to be even more active, use all your unused items for trades and Robux, and improve trade frequency. send out more trades, and meet more people. Next is the Doclus. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, man. I know you've been in the streams a lot and in the server for a while, so I hope you don't mind me butchering your name. However, you have had solid value potential. Inactivity has kind of crushed it, and for months you've flatlined kind of hard. But the problem isn't your strategy, it's just your time use. You've upgraded too much and you're underutilizing your inventory. You know how to trade, you're just being lazy with it. Stop letting your value rot for weeks. I'd give this a 4 to 10 stars. After that, we have not prefixed. You've made 100k in 4 years, bro. Most of it looks like Robux sales. Multiple items are NFT, which makes it look like you actively avoid trading like it's a disease. You're overly passive, emotionally attached to these items, and you refuse to downgrade. You started April 30th of 2021, and although it's okay to have a life in Roblox trading, I think there's a way to balance this out to where you don't have flatline moments, and you can always keep going. And you can definitely be a lot more consistent, even in times where you want to quit. Things I would do if I were you is completely rework your mindset. Start learning from better traders and become active weekly and not yearly. I'd give this a 1 out of 10 stars. Coming up 8th is Perry the Noob the 3rd. Now this is my GOAT.
Oh my god, bro.
But he might not be the trading GOAT. As you can see, obviously when he was the most comfortable with any amount of items, he profited the most. However, I will say that since he's fallen off, he's mainly just not been trading as much, and he would be still consistent as long as he was trading his items. If you really want to improve back to where you were, you need to downgrade more. You need to be more active, and you need to stop sitting on long-term NFTs, especially after they raise. Your limiteds right now is 25k, and your peak value is 1.9 million. So I'd give this a 3 out of 10 stars. Now this is TradeBot_V3, aka Lumina. This is quite literally the definition of fail trading. Textbook definition of fail trading. You've dropped 2.1 million to 630k in 6 months, and you've struggled to recover since. Most of your activity is flatlines, hordes, and possibly USD transactions that barely profit. You're hoarding bad items like Bodo. Now Lumina, what I need you to do is dump the hordes. You need to learn to profit and not just maintain. Stop repeating bad habits and make trades that actually go somewhere. I'm going to be giving this the lowest score in the whole video, a Pedro out of 10. Now finally, I have my boy Doc Pandas. He's been in the server since late last year, and his first limited was August 25th, 2024. And I'm not gonna lie, you've made 80k in the past 6 months. It is riddled with some flat lines and periods of no trades, but whenever you're doing something, and you're grinding, and you're going hard. As you can see, from March 15th to March 30th, he almost doubled his value. Now if Doc Pandas can do it, you guys can too. The tips I would say though is be active monthly. I feel like the breaks you do take are often up to a month. And although you might be active daily and weekly sometimes, as long as you're active at least 1 week out of every month, you should be doing better than you are. Now here's my final thoughts on the video. Most of you are either not active enough or too emotionally attached to the items that should have been traded long ago. The strongest traders make time-efficient moves, rotate their inventory, and always trade 100% of their value. They aren't scared to downgrade to secure more deals. If you're in Trade Circle, these are the kind of reviews you're going to get. Real, honest, and brutally helpful. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and learned something. If your graph is anything like anybody in this video, make sure you guys are comparing your graphs and the advice given and learn from this video. Hopefully I make an impact. Happy trading, everyone.